Hello, hello, hello. We're back here after a little bit of a pause. I was kind of taking my time trying to get a good look at what was going on with the basketball team here, and they've done. They've been quite interesting and give me a lot to think about, a lot to talk about. First of all, everybody, thanks to General Shoes and Tidy Tracks, Endicott, New York, 607-484-9300. Special thanks to John Golly. I also like to thank Hank over at Junk King. Uh, I'm on here. I'm on here tonight because I was just thinking about. I wanted to watch a few games and not listen to what anybody had to say about them, and then come on and just talk about what I've seen, what I've noticed, what the team might need to be to prepare to going into this part of the season. So I'm pretty excited about that. So and actually, if anybody jumps on and has any questions, feel free. But let's see here. I want to start out. So I was just uh, in the beginning, we talked about Syracuse University, this young team. They came out and they've been trying to figure things out. Good games, interesting games, learning situations. Um, I'm just, as I said at the end when we first started, this team's going to be very interesting. They're going to be fun to watch. Might make you pull your hair out like young kids will do, but it has been most entertaining. They've shown flashes of really good play, making some mistakes, which they all do. But the one thing that I can tell you right now is the excuse of being a freshman is no longer valid because our uh, our freshmen have been tried in fire. They've come out on the other side. We know what each one of them has to offer. Each one of them knows what they have to do to get better. That's and I can say that confidently because I know that when you have a Hall of Fame coach, and Coach Boeheim has been a man of a few words when it came to what he wants on the basketball court. So I have no doubt in my mind that he's told everybody out there what he needs out of them, and if they can start giving him what he needs, that's everything from the center out on down to the point guard. At this point, age is not a factor anymore. At this point, it's your basketball IQ because this is that time of year when the really everything's up everything's up for grabs. Really good teams start having these tough nights against teams, and everybody's like, "Well, how does it happen?" It systematically happens the end of January, middle of February. The wheels come off the wagon for some teams. Now, the good thing about Syracuse right now is they're figuring things out. They're putting things together. I'll start with Jesse Edwards. I can't say enough about him. And he's probably the one that I have the most experience talking about because I only played center for my entire career. And being a center is a different breed. You got to play it a number of years. The more you play it, the better you get at it. Jesse has just been come out. He's come out and he was aggressive on offense. He did a lot of good things on offense, and then he had that stretch where everybody's looking at the video. See the it's it's very interesting to see when you notice that a player starts out and he's being really aggressive in scoring, and then all of a sudden he is the key person that everybody wants to key on, and then it looks like his points start going down and things get a little bit more difficult. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be because at that particular time, teams have decided if they can cut him out, they can win the game. And the only thing for the bigs to do when that situation comes is understand that you can do a few things. You can score a lot of points to help your team win. You can get a lot of rebounds to help your team win, and you can plug the middle and you can help your team win. So instead of being frustrated about not being able to get all the minutes that he wanted, he cracked right down and started rebounding like an animal. And then you just keep working day in and day out on figuring out what you have to do in the post when they start changing up the type of defenses that they have. And he just pulled out of his bag of tricks that he's a very good passer, and he has no problem when he's double team or triple team passing the ball to the open man. These are all great things going into this part of the season because they're the things that will help your team get further, do better, and get further down the field as far as learning what they're capable of doing. This team, when you're really young, you think that you can do everything. There's no problem. Just because we put this uniform on and we walk out there, we're going to win. And then you have a couple games, a couple nasty losses, and then you go like, okay, wait a minute. Wearing the uniform is one thing, but you have to play with the intensity that you always have in your entire life. So you got that figured out. You go you go from small arenas to the dome. All of a sudden you're in front of thousands and thousands of people. The noise, the crowd, it can shake people up. Now the whole team is used to that. So we're getting a chance to see guys play basketball the way that they're capable of playing because they already know if some one or two guys plays really good and the other guys don't contribute, it might be a close game, but you have a tough time winning. They're actually understanding now that whatever each player has to whether they're a starter or they come off the bench, whatever they have to give, they have to go out there and have to give 110%. They do that, and they're coming up with the results. And I tell you what, the craziest thing about young players when they start realizing that they can do what they do what they told if they do what they're told, they can actually win games. And the light comes on, and then they start playing together. Um, your seniors, Jesse and Joe Girard. You know what? I like Joe Girard. He's tough. He's hard nosed. He just doesn't care. He pulls forward. He's not afraid of anybody. If he comes out, he did something the last game that I was really really glad to see, and I've spoken about it with all good shooters. Please understand that you're not when they talk about you, don't let them talk about you as a shooter. You want them to understand that I'm not a shooter, I'm a player. And what that means is you will score by any means necessary. If you've got to if your three-pointer's not dropping, it's like, hey, you know what? I'll find a smaller guy or a slower guy and I'll back him down and my turnaround jumper might work. Or I might penetrate to the basket and get everybody thinking that I'm going to shoot and then dump it out to Jesse who will be open or flip it out to um, someone wide open and knock down a jump shot. But get at a certain point, you've got to read what the defense is giving you. And when you start reading what the defense is giving you, then it's up to you to make the right decisions. And we had one of those come to Jesus moments with Judah Mintz. Judah came down and we watched this play uh, against Miami. Watched this is it Miami? Yes, against Miami. When he came down and with a few seconds on the clock, you're right where you want to be at the play. And my thoughts were Jesse's got 25 points, and he's crushing on the inside, so they're probably not going to leave him. Everybody's going to be thinking that you're going to try to penetrate, get all the way to the basket, and that's where you fool them up a little bit. You penetrate, go into the basket, and then it's your job as a playmaker to make everybody better because everybody knows what you want to do. You want to get all the way to the basket. As soon as you see you can't get all the way to the basket, in your mind, have your second and third options. And it reminds me of a story that I was talking to. We were playing pickup up in Manly, up at the it was the old Manly Fieldhouse, and Eton Thomas was playing, Jason Hart was playing, Todd Bergen was playing, and I was playing there with there was Leo Routens, myself, and a couple other SU guys, older guys, and so when the play started out, um, I started noticing that Eton was running down the floor and he'd be open and he wouldn't get the ball. So at this point, I figured it would be a learning situation. So or a teaching situation. So for the next 3 plays, I never crossed half court. Okay. And then afterwards, I walked over to Jason Hart and I said, Jason, did you uh, did you see that Eton was open? And he was like, nah. And I said, so, and my words to him were, you don't have to give him the ball, but if you're the point guard, you've got to understand that he was by himself each play. Now, you may choose not to give it to him, but you don't have to pass the ball, but understand what's going on around you if you're the point guard. And so that would be my advice to Judah. Like um, when you're going to the basket, have one or two other options in your head or in your eyesight, because you understand when you're penetrating, everybody's going to try to look and stop you. So have your second and third option. Even talk to them, let them know, hey, listen, be ready. The great Edwin Moss, he used to when I take the ball out and hand it to him, he would just ask me a question. It's like, is your man cheating when we throw the ball away from you? And if the answer is no, I tell him. If the answer was yes, then he would say, okay, I want to keep him honest. And as soon as I bring the ball up the court, I'm going to pretend to throw it where we always do. And I just want you to duck in. I'll pass you the ball and you score. So he was always looking to run the play, but also to make the opposing defense play the play honest. So it's a big job for a point guard to do. Um, he's talented. He's talented enough to do it, and he's been playing enough games this year to do it. He'll be great at it, and I'm looking forward to see him because he's already showing growth. The Judah Mintz. Let's see here. Oh, the other thing I want to say: every team in the country has access to seeing Syracuse game films. Now, what does that mean? I'll explain to you a little bit about how you watch a game film. As a player, if I have to play against another big player and I ask for his game film, I don't watch his whole game film. I pick out as a defensive player, you want to pick out 3 or 4 times when he misses, when the man you're playing misses, and then you want to watch and see what the defense does those 3 or 4 times. You'll find a pattern that when he misses, there's something that the defense did that caused him that created a problem for him. And so that's an individual player. The same thing with Syracuse. They've seen that in one game, Judah smacked somebody, so they know he's a little emotional. So their whole deal is I was watching the way that they were playing Judah. They were playing him really aggressive, hands on, probably talking to him because they want him to focus on playing them like one on one. Because when he starts doing that, 5 on 5, 5 on 1, they'll beat him all the time. Because once he isolates himself, then the other team is won. Never let another team come between you and your teammates. Stay focused on what your game plan is. Coach Boeheim will give you a great one. You follow it, you'll be in the game. Because there's no secrets. The secret to coaching is you find the patterns. When a team loses, when a team loses poorly, I guarantee you, all across this country, that game goes to the next team that they're going to play, and they're going to watch it, and they're going to try to do the exact same thing that it created problems for the home team, which was Syracuse. And they know that being physical down low creates problems. Um, Putting pressure on the ball creates problems. Crashing the boards, crashing the defensive boards, keeping the Syracuse guys off the board creates problems. So these are all things that slowly but surely individual players have to understand their weaknesses and work on getting better. So what else did I make? I watched Benny Williams play, and the first thing that came to my mind while I'm watching him play is he's always got he frequently has his hands down at his side, which might not say anything to a lot of people, but when your hands are down at your sides and you're big, that means you're going to get hit in the head. You're going to get a stray hand, a stray arm, a stray elbow, and you're going to get hit in the head. And if you don't understand how to protect yourself, it'll make you shell shy. You don't want to be under the basket. Hence, you start shooting a lot of jump shots. Um, and you can solve that problem. Don't worry about getting hit. You're a big, strong guy. Put those hands up. Keep them up, because keeping your hands up makes it ready for you to rebound. And also, you can't get hit in the head when you have your hands up. What'll happen is you get hit on the arms, and you'll start to understand that you're protecting yourself, and you will go into a crowd and you won't worry about it because you're big and strong. Understand that you have the size to create a problem for a lot of people, and you're so athletic. The other thing that I noticed, Benny Williams, is that you're a phenomenal athlete, great leaper, jumps really well. And when I see a person that's that athletic and they don't jump, the first thing I look at is why they're not jumping. Why you're not jumping is you have to protect your your core. Don't let a defensive man put his hand on you, put his arm on you, because all they're waiting to do is, when you get ready to jump, they give you a little bump and it knocks you off balance. So if you were to jump, when you're balanced, you jump, you go after the ball. When you're not balanced, you get a little bump. If you were to jump, you'd actually jump and possibly fall down, but you won't be in balance. So what your body does, your body just turns it off. It won't let you jump. So to solve that problem, you keep your hands up. That'll keep them at a certain distance. And if you feel a hand on you, knock it off. Don't let anybody keep their hands on you, because a hand on you can stop you from jumping. And move. When you're moving, you're a whole different player. Let's see. These are all free observations from yours truly. I am not a coach, but I know what I like to pick out in players. I like to to understand the player that I'm playing against. So I used to do it quite often for about 21 years, actually. I played 16 as a professional. Let's see. Yep. So that's pretty much Jesse Edwards. Everybody's learning how to get the ball to him. He creates a problem for everyone. He's not just shooting every shot he gets. He's also taking time, and he's passing the ball very well to pass out. So you want to have a good game? Anybody coming off the bench, understand that if you give Jesse a good pass around the basket, it's going to attract a lot of offense around him. And when that happens, put yourself in a position, find the open spot, get there, wait, and get ready to shoot, because he's grown leaps and bounds as far as throwing that ball out and passing that ball out. He's always good at setting a pick and diving to the basket. So, and if you want to pass the ball to a big man and you don't have a clear shot to get it to him, the best thing to do is don't throw it like a pass it like a shot. Because once it goes up and approaches the rim, big guys automatically switch to rebound mode, and they will go up there. They will notice that it's either left or right, and they'll go up there and they'll get it because they'll expect it's coming to them. So if you ever get stuck, throw it up there towards the rim. Two things that happen: you got a chance, it might bounce around and go in, or you're alerting your big man, hey, crash the boards. Um, Joe Girard, he's a leader. He'll shoot the ball. He'll he penetrates. He's smart. Jesse and Joe are learning how to play off one another, because you can't double team with Joe Girard's man if they're anywhere close to one another, or if Joe Girard is penetrating. The whole team has to understand that he's capable of getting a shot up. So somebody's gonna have to bite the bullet and go over and try to play him. And Joe, keep your eyes open. Don't focus on what you want to do. We're in a part of the season where you focus on what will make the team better. Um, and you're one heck of a shooter. Congratulations. I saw your father this summer, and I talked to him, and I told him I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time around you, but congrats. What a heck of a shooter you are. So Syracuse success rides on. It rides on Jesse Edwards doing what he does best, which is you rebound first, and then the other things will come. Joe Girard is keeping in the back of his mind that he's not a shooter, he's a scorer. By any means necessary, get that ball to the basket, and then read if they're playing you or overplaying you, and pass the ball to the open man. Anybody coming off the bench, if you want to play more minutes, I'll tell you right now, Coach Boeheim loves rebounds. You want to get more minutes, get more rebounds. It's fine to shoot the shot. It's fine to get. It's fine. It's fine to shoot the shot, knock down some important jump shots. You want to solidify that time on the floor. Grab 4 or 5 rebounds every time you come in. He loves rebounds. You probably haven't noticed that in his press conferences. That's it. I'm all psyched, ready for this game tonight. Got my colors on. That's all the way down to the skin. I got Syracuse shorts, t-shirts, skivvies. This is my uniform for game day. So, guys, go out there. Let's go orange. Take a little peek and see if we got following us here. Ah, oops. I see. Who do we have here? We have hello, Andy Burgess. Will, how you doing? Good to see you. Justin, thanks for stopping in. Justin made a long move down to Texas. And we have also here Robert. Let's see here. Hold on. He's got my issue with Jesse. Let's see here. See if I can be helpful here. My issue with Jesse is as a senior, he's still picking up bad fouls, causing him to sit for extended minutes. Why does he struggle in that area? I'm glad you asked that question because as if you are a team, if you're a center, your job is why does he pick up so many bad fouls? Your job is to catch is you're a catch-all. Somebody gets past the guard, you got to play him. Somebody gets past the forward, you got to play him. Somebody shoots a three-point shot in the corner, you got to go get it. And what I was fortunate enough to have happen to me is I had teammates that their basketball IQ was very high. So when they saw that I was plugging in the middle and rebounding, they didn't want me to go to the corner. So what they do is they bump and they take over. So one of two things: the defense has to do a better job of shutting down who passing lanes, which they can easily do by everybody putting your arms up. That will make it difficult for those quick passes to come in to anybody cutting to the basket. If it's a quick pass, that's difficult. If it's a bounce pass, a much slower pass, it gives Jesse a chance to set his feet, gives him a chance to step up and not get caught in bad positions. Number two, you don't get bad fouls if instead of everybody turning when the shot's taken and running towards the basket, there's this thing called boxing out. If everybody, when the shot's taken, if everybody finds a man and takes a step back and creates a triangle, big guy, 2 forwards, and instead of running in there, which leaves Jesse as a shot blocker, he's going to go after the ball. But if you open that space up and you protect that area around the basket, there's going to be nobody for Jesse to foul. Because no matter what you're doing running around, now that triangle that you're creating can be it can be a guard stepping in there and boxing out the closest person trying to come to the basket. It can be the 2 forwards, keeping those guys spread out. Your ideal situation for a rebound is not jumping up and getting it, is boxing out so hard that the ball bounces and rolls on the floor, and then you step in and you pick it up. So it's a fallacy to say go to the rebound. It's an oxymoron. You don't actually go to the rebound. When you want to rebound, the shot's taken, you'll notice a good team that rebounds together, you'll see the 3 biggest guys or 3 closest guys to the basket will actually, the shot's taken, you'll see them move away to create space for the ball to drop in front of them, and then they'll go towards the ball. So that would help him out a lot. If you're just going to leave him back there and let everybody is, and when guys come in when they come in and he goes to block a shot, the best way to keep Jesse from getting in foul trouble is he's the shot blocker. There shouldn't be two people or three people going for it to block a shot. Because when I see two or three of Syracuse players jumping, trying to block a shot, all that tells me is somebody's loose for a rebound, and Jesse's going to try to stop him. You can stop the whole nonsense by, if Jesse's going for the rebound, the other two guys box out, and the guard try to stop anybody from getting past them. It's basically, I decide that I'm gonna cover who's ever wide open and just get close enough to him to bump into him. Because like I said before, to rebound you got to be balanced. Give him a little bump, give him a little nudge. There's so many people on the basket. Just don't push them with your hands. In theory, you push with your legs and your hips. Give a little nudge. Nobody's any smarter. Watch the games. Everybody does it to us too. So that would be my response to that. And then once that starts happening, you- he's not reacting to people that are really close to him. He's reacting to people that are trying to step to him. He'll block more shots. He'll get less fouls. And then by that time, he'll understand when he's supposed to go for the ball. Create habits. You can stop any problem that a team has. You don't stop it with one person. You stop it with five people. Let's see here. Henry. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm ready to see an exciting game tonight. Good seeing you, Henry. Yep. Let's see here. Look at this here. Will, an active zone. Rosie knows. Yeah, who's that other guy? Bo knows. Bo what? Bo who? Well, it could be Boo knows. Bou. Oh, I'm just so witty now. Yeah, I know I'm not funny. It's okay. Just Justin from Texas. Hope things are doing well down there. You left New York City for Texas. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Jump on there and watch the Syracuse games. All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see who else we have here. Da, 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 da. Oh, I got to put this up there. That's awesome advice. Oh, yeah, I can be a little. I played a little bit. I know a few things. Not a whole lot, but every now and then, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Oh, wait a minute. We got something right here. Susan Oshman. Hello, birthday boy. Shh. Nobody's supposed to know. Uh, yes, I'm a January 21st baby, and I am 65 years old, and I earned every last one of them. Thank you, Susan. Here's another. Yes, sir. I enjoyed my birthday over the weekend, and what I did as a country boy, I had one of my friends delivered me a dump trailer full of wood. I love heating my home with I have a wood burning stove, and I just like the whole get the wood, stack the wood, split the wood, build a fire. It makes me feel like I'm 10 years old again. Got to keep yourself young. Thank you, sir. And I think that's about it, guys. Let's get ready for that game tonight. I am excited. I want to see a good game. I'm gonna have some popcorn and green iced tea sweetened with brown sugar. Thank you so very much for popping in here. Thanks again to Hank at Junk King and General Shoes and Tidy Tracks in Endicott, New York. for bringing this program to you. I hope I said some things that were interesting and that made sense. And we'll talk about it more. I just had to get had to get a few games under my belt so I could see where everything looked like it was going. And really like what I've seen. And I'm ready to see this game tonight. Everybody, enjoy yourself. I can throw a couple of pieces of wood on the fire, and I'm going to watch the game. Ciao, ciao. Ti saluto tutti. Ciao.